Call in by clicking the link in the stream's description. The professor wants to hear from you.
Beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good karma.
Yeah. Woo! Woke up with a vision, it's Professor Bear's day. Ruling the game, coming hard, paving his way. Thoughtful and smart, yeah, the wisdom of math. In a world full of shadows, he's breaking the cast.
What's going on? And thank you for joining me. I am Professor Burr, and this is a Burr's Thought. So let's get some things out of the way. I had promised to have Till 5 Wrestling and Jesus. Sorry, I'm sorry I messed up the name. Don't hold it against me. That's how I do sometimes. Well, we had some issues and they unfortunately can't make it this evening, but we will be doing some collaborations with them and we're going to have some fun. But since they can't make it, we're still going to talk about Royal Rumble. And we're going to dive into some issues that I find with the Royal Rumble and talk about things from the Royal Rumble. I see you too, Rusty. So please feel free to call in and give me your thoughts and opinions, or if you got questions, you know how we do. We'll have you on and we're going to get started with it. So the Royal Rumble is this Saturday. And for myself, I'm not too excited about it because of the star power they have in the Rumble. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, Professor, why in the world wouldn't you be happy having major stars in the Rumble? Well, I'm glad you asked. For me, the Royal Rumble is not being utilized the way it should be. And what I mean by that is if we go back and look at some of the winners of the Royal Rumble, why in the world why would they need the Royal Rumble to get a title shot? So let's just go through some of the winners and we'll start with the first winner, Jim Duggan. That was a perfectly okay winner because this was the first one. There were no real stakes besides being a Royal Rumble winner. And that was in 1988. So 1989, Big John Studd won the Rumble. Again, a perfectly fine choice. So then we go to 1990. And we're going to talk about 91 because it was the same winner. The immortal Hulk Hogan won back to back. So then the 92 Rumble, this was the first time the Rumble really had some stakes behind it because the winner of this Royal Rumble would win the vacant WWF Championship. And lo and behold, the Nature Boy Ric Flair won the Royal Rumble. and he won it from the number 3 position, which was very, very good at that time because that was the latest that a wrestler had started the Rumble and was able to finish. So not only was that, he set the record of how long someone was in the Rumble. So now we go to 93, and Yokozuna wins the Royal Rumble. Now, from the star power, yes, 92 had a lot of star power in it. Plus, the stakes were so high that to me was a great Rumble. Now, from 93, Yokozuna was still an unknown product. It benefited him well to win the Rumble. So we have Jim Duggan, Big John Studd, Hulk Hogan twice, Ric Flair, and Yokozuna. That really gave the Royal Rumble the prestige and the stakes to be very good. So we go to the next one, which was 94. And 94 had the only time 2 men won the Royal Rumble, and that was Lex Luger and Bret Hart, because they both tossed each other over the ropes at the same time, and they couldn't decide who hit first. Oh, yeah. Yokozuna, a big guy, who's going to toss him? If anybody is smart, they would get together and gang him. But hey, clearly that didn't happen. Plus, he came in at a later part of the Royal Rumble, which was the 27th position. So there you go. So again, what's going on? So then we go to 95 and 96 because it had the same winner of both Rumbles, and that was Shawn Michaels. Both times, what can you say? The Heartbreak Kid, and this was the early part of his career when he became a singles superstar, so that made sense. Then we have the 97 and 98 winner, Stone Cold Steve Austin. And look, anybody who knows wrestling history knows that Stone Cold just came out of nowhere, and he really, really put his name on the map with those wins. Now, think about this. We have now 3 individuals who've won the Royal Rumble back to back. Hogan, Shawn, and Austin. Pretty big names. So the next year, in the 1999 Royal Rumble, this was the first year, in my opinion, that it was crap. The Rumble winner was Vince McMahon. And let's just say it's easy to win something when you're the owner. It's easy to win when you're the booker. But I digress. It was to help storyline. One little fact that I did not mention, in 95, Shawn Michaels started at the number 1 position and went all the way through. I appreciate that. Oh, wow. So So Sean set the high standard for being in the Rumble the longest. And unfortunately, too, Vince McMahon, yeah, Rusty, it was creative, but I just think it took a little something away for the Rumble. Vince McMahon started at number 2, so he had a part of history of being one of the longest people in the Rumble. So the 2000 Rumble, it was won by yours truly, The Rock. And this one was a pretty decent one, but it has something that was redone later on that I will get back to. So then 2001, Stone Cold Steve Austin won the Rumble one more time, and he is the current leader of who's won the Rumble the most at 3 wins. Then 2002, Triple H won the Royal Rumble. Then we go to 2003, we got Brock Lesnar. Now, Brock Lesnar winning the Rumble had some good points to it, and I wasn't necessarily mad about it. But if we go back and look at, to this point, all these people who's won the Rumble, in my mind, there's only one person that really used the rub of winning the Royal Rumble, and that's Yokozuna. Everybody else were big time stars and could easily get world title shots without the Rumble. I didn't call Rock. Look, The Rock is The Rock. I didn't call him the Rock bastard. So, 2004, the winner is a name that they tried to erase, and for good reasons or bad reasons, depends on how you look at it. Chris Benoit won the 2004 Royal Rumble, and that's one reason why you don't hear much about that Rumble. But one funny nugget about that Rumble was the 2000 Rumble and the 2004 Rumble had the same person get eliminated, and that was the Big Show. And it was almost the exact same way. The Rock and Chris Benoit had to choke the giant out and over the ring. You know, hey, when you can't think of something new, go back in the closet and bring something else up. But I would have waited more than 4 years to use that same gimmick. But I digress. So, we got a caller on the line. Put them through and let's see what they're talking about.
Hey!
What's going on?
Well, hey there. How you doing there, Professor Bear?
Man, I'm doing lovely. Like I love to say, I woke up this morning, so everything else is a blessing. And
you made it on the right side of the ground today, huh?
Man,
I'll tell you what. Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. That's right, all the way from your little brother to your grandmother's cousin, slap happy grandpappy. I am the Raw Dog Junkyard James, and I'm here to talk to Professor Bear about the Royal Rumble that Kevin Nash won.
Okay. I'm really waiting on this one.
That was one of the most interesting Rumbles of all time, if you actually go and watch it, because you'll see a lot of people go in there and they kick the crap out of Kevin Nash. Just kick the living crap out of him. There's a good couple moments that he has with Randy Savage in the corner. Randy sticks his thumb straight up old Nash's nose and just like gloms him in the corner. And he's like, dude, we're not doing what you're wanting to do. You know, you're Kevin Nash and you're big, sexy, and you're all great and everything, but I'm Mach, and you're not going to handle me like that. You know what I mean? And what's really funny is if you see it from a different perspective, as a perspective of someone who is loves and respects good wrestling and good wrestlers, you see Macho Man take a hold of Kevin Nash and do what he does, and you're like, thank God. You know, thank God somebody wasn't going to let this big 7-foot tall string bead and just walk all over them. You watch Backlund. Backlund's in that Rumble too. He's not in there for a very long time. But what's so great about this, go back and watch that Rumble, Bear. You'll get a really good kick out of it. It's hilarious.
So, which Rumble is this?
You know what? I think it was like 93 or 94 or something. Everybody says it was Shawn Michaels that won that thing. I just remember that Nash won the thing. And I remember that Bob Backlund slides into the ring, right? Nash bends over to pick him up and grabs him by the chin. And Backlund, being an old amateur wrestler, just starts, he grabs one leg and ankle picks the leg, right? And Nash got to stumble backward. The second he puts his other foot down, Backlund ankle picks that one too. He basically walked Nash completely backwards across the ring all the way to the other set of ropes and never even got on his feet. He did it all from his knees in old amateur wrestling scoop style. And it's probably one of the funniest, most amazing things you're going to see. Because here's Bob just, you know, this is nothing for him. This is like an old ankle pick drill.
So I think I found the Rumble. It was 96.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, Diesel didn't win it. It was Shawn. Shawn won back to back. And he did.
I know Diesel won. I know Diesel won at least one of them, man. And like I said,
Diesel never won a Rumble.
See.
Now I can tell you, I can tell you certain he hasn't because I got the list pulled up.
Yeah, I've seen the list too, and I've also seen the Royal Rumble where Kevin Nash wins, which is also like really strange. It's one of those weird little misnomers. I swear to God that it happened. And I think it's like one of the worst Rumbles that ever occurred. So it's like almost hidden in the sands of time. It's like, I think we all think that Shawn Michaels and The Rock fought at least once, and they didn't. With DX and the Nation of Domination being as hot as they were, and yet you never saw Shawn and The Rock go at it. But everybody will say, oh, yeah, man, I remember the Attitude Era. I remember seeing Shawn and The Rock go at it because Nation of Domination and DX was so big.
Well, the thing was, Shawn was gone during that time. Because
he lost his smile.
No,
he lost his smile.
No, this is when his back went out.
He lost his smile. His back went out.
And then the only time they were in the ring together was when Triple H and Rock took on each other. And this was the first SmackDown. And Shawn turned on The Rock and super kicked him and helped Triple H win.
Yeah, you never saw those two actually go at it, which is like one of those missed opportunities. Nash was in 3 Rumbles, 93, 95, 2011, and 2014. Very good, Wrestling Society Network. I swear to God, he must have. I swear he won one, but I mean,
it actually they left out 96 because that's the one that he went to the end with, and Sean eliminated him.
Okay, it's probably what I'm remembering is that he did like really super well, even after Randy almost tore his face off. And Bob, I mean, it's so funny to watch him get shown up like that and then turn around and do so well. But I mean, it's just a sign. It shows you, Vince had his people that he pinned his, this is who's going to be my person kind of thing on. I mean, we saw so many people that didn't get used correctly, throughout the years. And, Bob Backlund's comeback as heel Bob Backlund could have really actually went super well. People hated him to death.
Oh, yeah.
And it could have went a lot better than it did. And they put him in the ring with Nash and he loses in 8 seconds.
Yeah,
they just killed it. They just killed it right there. It's terrible.
To get Nash over, and it really didn't work the way he wanted.
No, because Nash is subpar. He's never been all that amazing. I hate to say it. If you took away the fact that Kevin Nash was 7 feet tall, you wouldn't have anything in a wrestler. Absolutely nothing.
And what I say about Kevin is he's killer on the mic. He's into trends, so he knows what's hot. And he wrapped all that together. He's one for a big man. He knew his value and worth, and a lot of people don't realize if it wasn't for Kevin and Scott Hall, they wouldn't be making the money and getting the contracts they got, because
they did a great job on that. Yeah. They were master negotiators, that's for sure. I mean, when you look at the boss and say, whatever Hogan's getting, give me $1 more, you're about the smartest man in the room. I'll tell you that.
I hate to cut it short, but I got another caller on the line. Thank you for joining me, and I love it and appreciate you.
Anytime, Bear. Peace.
All righty. Let's get to the next caller. Rusty, what's going on, sir?
Not a whole lot, just sitting up here at the church and make sure everything's going good.
That's always good, my friend.
You're saying you're not excited about this Royal Rumble. Is it because of the lack of star power that's announced so far, or do you think there'll be too many surprises?
Well, for me, and I was going to save this for later, but we can get into it now. For me, the Royal Rumble should be for the mid-carders. We need to build more stars. And what's the point of every year you have big names win the Rumble, and we pretty much can tell what the storyline is going to go to WrestleMania? Why not try to give a person who doesn't have a lot of credibility, like when Nakamura won? I thought that was a great thing, because a lot of people in the States didn't realize, had not seen Nakamura and what he's capable of. So I just don't like, okay, if Punk wins, if Rollins win, if Roman Reigns win, well, hell, they get title shots anyway. So it's a waste of a gimmick to me.
So do you think Randy Orton will return? If he does, I think he'll win it.
I think he might return. I don't think he'll win it, because they still got to go down the Kevin Owens story. And again, he doesn't need to win it to get a title shot. He can just go up to Cody and say, "Hey, Cody, I want a title shot." And it'd be more creative that way than him winning the Rumble. That's just, again, my humble opinion.
Well, hey, I got a trivia question for you real quick.
Yes, sir.
Who has the most time in the Rumble match?
I want to say it's Kane. It's not Kane.
He's not in the top 5.
What?
Chris Jericho's number 1 at 4 hours and 59 minutes.
I did hear. Yeah.
Randy Orton's at 4.5. Rey Mysterio's 4:15. Triple H's 4 hours, and Shawn Michaels is 3.5 hours.
Oh wow. So
That's the top 5.
wow. So if Randy goes in another one, more than likely he'll beat Jericho. Ray could do it. Triple H is done, so we don't have to worry about that. I'm very surprised. I thought Kane was up there because I know he had I'm thinking he had the most appearances.
I believe the most eliminations too.
No, had beat that. Roman had beat it.
Okay.
The most elimination, and then somebody beat Roman's, I believe.
But I can't remember.
I think Brock doing more than Roman.
Yeah, I can't remember if it's the last Rumble watch along that y'all did, where there was like no surprises or whatever. I thought that was the most boring Royal Rumble there was.
Yeah, I go back to the right before the Attitude Era. Some of them were just garbage, but it's like you said, not surprises, and that's the thing we come to expect. We want a surprise, but if you just are bringing out old wrestlers who we know is not going to win, that's really not a surprise. It's not a good surprise. Let me put it like that. Now with the Triple H era, hey, let a TNA guy get in there. Let some New Japan. They have connections. Bring in someone that we would never think from a different company could be in the Rumble, and I think that would be great. Now,
so how do you think they're going to split this one up this year? What, 20 WWE guys, 5 NXT, 5 TNA?
I don't think they're going to have that many TNA. I can see maybe 2, and I wouldn't be surprised if one of them would be one of the Hardy Boys. More likely, Jeff. Brock Lesnar has the most elimination. No, he's tied with Strowman. No.
But honestly, this Royal Rumble's got me most excited because I think it's unpredictable this year.
Now that I definitely agree with. It's definitely unpredictable, and that does make it better for me. But if they just let one of the top guys win, it's all for naught.
So,
but again, it's good. It's unpredictable, so they could throw a curveball on us and let us get something different. So like I said, I'm a little disappointed, but this one got me okay. I'm not like I'm gonna skip this one.
Well, I'm torn between the best Royal Rumble ever, either 92 or 2008. Because the 2008 one, Cena in return, got all the cheers, but when he won, he got all the boos.
Oh yeah.
And then you had, like I said, in 92, you had all the star power.
Right. And it was for the title. That was the first time too. So yeah, they've had some great moments, and just like the Santino one will always live for me of I'm not ready. I wasn't ready.
I would not be mad if they recreated that again this year. I would not be mad.
We got an R-Truth just sitting there.
No, I'm talking about with Santino and TNA.
Oh yeah. But
so, I mean,
the best to me, the best one was when R-Truth went into the women's Royal Rumble. That was just priceless.
Yeah, he's got to be in it, and he got to have some comedy in it, and he'll be good. So,
Oh, yeah.
all right, man. Well, I'll let you continue on.
I appreciate it.
All right, have a good one.
You too. All righty. So let's pick up where we left off. We got another caller. Put them through. Let's let them come through because I don't know if you're a male or a female until I see you. Oh my goodness, it's my buddy. Mark, what's going on, sir?
Hey, so don't tell Joe I'm on a computer. I'm kind of gunning from All Electronics for buying those 2 tickets. So I'll make this fast. Listen, the best Rumble ever. Rumble 01. Yes.
Where Austin won it.
Okay. 316, right? Yeah, that's right.
That was
wait.
pretty good.
Wait, hang on. Where's the blade?
I don't know. I don't know. I hadn't talked
I like
to
the
him.
blade. He picks on Joe.
Well, hey, I can tell you this. Me and him will be together Saturday for our watch along, which we are looking forward to. And so you can definitely catch him there.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, that'd be fun, man. I think it's good. Yeah, let's do it. That sounds cool. Can't wait to be there. But, Bear, you keep it up. And,
All righty. Well, I would say this. Mark, sometimes he hits the wrong buttons. Yeah, he has been. And I'm going to get into that here at the end of the show. But let's continue into the Royal Rumbles. And I believe I stopped on Stone Cold 2001. No. Did I? No, did Brock. Okay, I stopped at Benoit. 2005 was Batista who won the Royal Rumble. Now, personally for me, that was one of the better Rumbles. I love the way him and Cena went at it. The funniest part about that will always be Vince McMahon turned both his quad muscles and sat down and just sold it like a champ. We can say whatever about Vince, but nobody can question his toughness or how to stay in character. I mean, hey. So, 2006 Royal Rumble was won by Rey Mysterio, and it was apropos that he won that Rumble for his friend Eddie Guerrero. And he won from the number 2 position and actually had the longest time. Nope, I'm sorry, he did not. Oh, wow. We got a caller on the line. Caller, come through, please. Brady, what's going on, sir?
What is up, buddy? I've been watching the show. I've been checking in, have a little bit of a bone to pick with you. You said earlier, about Vince winning, like, of course you'll win when you're the owner. And I commented, yes, that is very true. When you do own it, you do win it. And I've been putting in my comments, and they haven't been getting read. So I figured, hey, I'm the owner. I'm going to pull those strings and call into the show so that way I could tell you a few of my thoughts.
Tell me a few of your
My
thoughts.
first thought is
I know.
Professor Bear.
I was going to say, I know the show is a bear thought, but we want to hear Brady's thoughts.
All right, my thought is, Bear, you're fired. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing.
I was looking around because some signed or something.
Okay, for real. One thing, I heard you talking about. I got two things. First thing, my favorite Rumble, which you just started talking about before I called in, was Ray coming in at number 2, winning it for Eddie. One of my favorite things, and you could say predictable, but it was one of those things where you knew he was going to win it, and you were just waiting for it. You were waiting. When you shake up a bottle of Coke and you're waiting, to open it and just watch it. That's what you were waiting for. You're waiting for that release, that excitement, burst of excitement. And it was an emotional night. Not to mention, underdog Rey Mysterio winning it from number 2. He went on and won the world title at Mania against Kurt Angle and Randy Orton in an incredible, underrated, under talked about triple threat match. And if y'all haven't seen it, go back and watch it. Another thing I want to go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was going to say that whole WrestleMania is underrated, but again, we know why they don't talk about it. That's the Chris Benoit and Eddie moment.
Did you say Chris Benoit on my network?
No,
Immediate cancellation.
That must have been my brother.
Oh, okay. Well, he's immediately canceled. Just let him know that. Second thing I want to bring up real quick, and this is a wild out there, Mr. Owens thought, ADHD thought, if you will. I put it in the comments, but I definitely want to get your thought on it. Is Triple H? It's a new era, right? And this is the first Rumble where it's fully Triple H, because even though Triple H was running things last year, he was still kind of transitioning. He was in that slow transition. But this is the first Rumble, and there's a reason it's unpredictable, right? Because you have somebody else, writing the stories. Now, if you were to make the ending as unpredictable as possible and make one of the most historic moments, not just at the Rumble, but at Mania, you take somebody from TNA, have them win it, and then you have the first match in the main event of WrestleMania for the title, a WWE superstar, the champion, versus a non-WWE wrestler. Now, that's something that, I feel like if you could be the most diehard AEW fan and hate WWE with a passion, but you're going to watch that. Can't tell me otherwise. Like, that's something that I'd be very hyped about. Will they do it? Probably not, but talk about unpredictable, talk about major moment in the wrestling business.
So I agree with you there. My thing is, who would you take from TNA to put in that spot?
I feel like this guy, it just oozes main event charisma, and that's Moose. I feel like Moose, he can tell the story in the ring. He can, he has the ability to, walk the walk, talk the talk. And I think he's definitely somebody, especially when he flips that switch, because he does some storylines where he's kind of goofy Moose, but if he flips that switch and he becomes serious, then he's a major threat. And that's definitely somebody that I would like to see. Moose versus Gunther would get me hyped.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That would be great. The only thing
or Josh Alexander versus Cody, like Rusty said, that would be sick.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
The only thing that I see from it is they would have to do some serious, quick rehabbing of the stature of TNA. And what I mean by that is the way they've been treating TNA, that they're just on par with NXT. You would have to do something to get Moose and it's easy, and it's easily done.
Real quick, I see what you're saying, and then I'll hop off. I don't want to take over the show. I see what you're saying, but that's what you want to do that. Then, for example, say Moose, you have him win the Rumble, but you have him do it in a dominating fashion, and then you kind of have the lines blurred where you have guys from TNA who are main roster talent, and they are the ones that come to SmackDown and Raw. But then you got some of the undercard, TNA guys that go to NXT. So you kind of, because there's guys in NXT. Moose doesn't belong in NXT. I mean, there's a couple good matches I'd love to see, but he is a main roster, main event guy. Josh Alexander, main roster, main event guy. Like, Eddie Edwards, like those are guys that needs to be, just a random thought. Eddie Edwards versus Kevin Owens would be freaking sick.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, I'll let you finish that thought. I'm going to hop off, help Joe produce the rest of the show. But good show so far.
Appreciate it. And I meant to tell you, Brady, man, stop doing that. My heart can't take too much. Don't be firing me on the air. Jeez. Please. All right, we got another caller.
Just kidding.
We got another caller. Let's see what we got this time.
It's me.
Oh my goodness.
Just kidding. I think you misread that. It's telling people to call in, not that we have another caller.
See, you see what you do to me now? You got
breathe, Bear. Breathe. Dude, you're co-CEO.
I know, but hey, you got more stock, so
you're good. All right. I'm enjoying the rest of the show, buddy.
All righty. All right. We're gonna continue with the Royal Rumble, and this one is up there for one of my favorites. Is when this 2007, The Undertaker wins. And it was big because all the different times The Undertaker had been in there and hadn't won, plus the match between him and Shawn, Chef Kiss. They did such an amazing job, and it was just a prequel to their two WrestleMania matches. Man, love this Rumble for that. Then 2008. Oh, we got another caller. Please put them through. What's going on? Oh man, I show up for yours, you show up for mine. That's what I'm talking about.
What's up, my guy? What's up, buddy?
Hey, doing good. What do you want to talk about?
Man, I just want to talk about how much we'll talk about the Rumble. I want to talk about the Rumble. I just talked about the Rumble for almost 2 hours on my show, and thank you for supporting that. I appreciate you, Bear. What I want to talk about is WSN. Man, I am psyched. Like I got off the air on Monday night feeling like I could run through a brick wall. Like the things we're doing and the people we have brought in to really like kind of usher in a new era here, and I'm loving it. I absolutely love it, and appreciate you guys. I just got off air, and the last thing I said on my show was, go check them out. Go check them out. Watch everything WSN has. They've blessed me and given me everything here to a platform with 3 other guys that we just immediately clicked with, and I can't sing your all's praises enough. I love you guys so much. Thank you for doing what we're doing.
Man, no, thank you for jumping aboard and just being, man, I love y'all show. I love the camaraderie. I love everything. Man, it is just something that just naturally y'all all just fit together. Everybody has a part to play, and I just love every bit of your show. So
it's great.
It's not for you to thank us. We thank you for coming aboard and doing what you're doing.
It's awesome, man. And also I had a friend text me and say that they really enjoyed the show. They absolutely loved the show Monday. And I said, did you really like it? And they said, I'm not going to be watching that crap that was on ITV. back in 2006 if you guys wasn't commenting on it. And I was like, listen, that warmed my heart, man, to know that, because it's kind of funny to watch. Like, and I think that's the best part for us is we get to just tear it apart. But it's to hear someone tell us that they're not going to be watching that if it wasn't for the four of us getting on there and the comments and things like that. That's killer. And 2 episodes in, man, we're doing things that's never been seen at WSN. I am tickled pink, man. I cannot be happier.
And here's the bigger picture for myself. Not only did y'all do great numbers, y'all did great numbers against Raw.
Right.
That says something. That says such an amazing thing. And man, y'all just, again, y'all chemistry just comes through and everybody is having fun. And that's the key. You want to have fun. You just want, and just picking apart shows. Hey, because to be truthful, I'm the one who found that show, and I looked at it. I'm like, oh Jesus, this is crap. But this would be good to put on to make people watch this and see how bad it is.
It's good. Yeah, that's the best part. I don't know if it was in one of the group chats for us or I said it in one of mine for something we have locally here, but I said the real Monday Night Wars now start, and we come out swinging. We come out swinging because I'd seen the post where somebody said that they were down like 700,000 viewers or something in 3 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever it is. It's been on Netflix, and I said, sorry, Paul. I'm sorry that we're doing that. Like, we're watching crap from 20 years ago, and I'm sorry, my bad. Okay, we apologize.
Oh, and here's the kicker: it's just going to get worse for them because everybody is going to feel that, and people are talking about it and getting it out there. Hey, I'm super excited for y'all.
I'm excited for all the shows, honestly, man. I got to chime in on Friday on a show, and I didn't even know poor old Mike, man. Mikey V's probably so mad at me. I'm in the show with him, and Mike's in the corner, and they're like, "There's Mike from Watch Along With You," and I was like, "Oh my God, it's Mike!" I didn't recognize him. He didn't have a hat on and his glasses or whatever. I was just blown away. But yeah, the fact that we get to chime in on other shows and everyone just it's kind of an open platform, man. I love it, and I think it's just good for everybody. I think everyone's going to get exactly what they deserve here. And I feel like everybody has the platform to succeed. And I think it's amazing.
Well, again, I definitely appreciate that. And for us, this is a dream for every one of us to be able to actually participate in a small way in a sport we love, and just to be able to give people something different. And all the shows are different, and they're so good, and that's what I love about it. And I just can't wait. And this is just the first of the month, man. Wait till we get cooking.
Oh, I know. I'm so pumped. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little disappointed in the fact that I know kind of what's coming on Monday, and it's not going to be episode 3 of the ITV Celebrity Wrestling, but I know it's coming back. So don't fret, fans. It will be back, but. I'm a little disappointed, but fret none. The 4 of us will come up with some kind of magic as we've done the first 2 weeks. So.
Oh, easily. So
what about this Rumble, player? What about this Rumble, man? What are we doing here? What are we doing?
This Rumble, the star power is there. As I said it before, I wish they changed what the Royal Rumble is about. It needs to be a builder for the mid-card guys. Guys, give them a chance to step up and do something, because here's the thing. You got time between the Rumble and WrestleMania. If you see it ain't picking up, you can easily pivot back to your big stars.
Sure.
But give these guys a chance. Give these girls a chance. And that's what, for me, gets me irritated about the Rumble. It's like, oh, great. He won it. Well, he couldn't get a title match anyway. So it's like Cena, right. I mean, if Cena wanted a title match, they ain't going to give him one.
Right. So
Yeah,
here's what I think. Here's what I'm sorry. I thought you were done. It might be on my connection. I might be lagging a little bit. But here's what I think would be really cool. And I literally just went on the air and said this about the Rumble on hitting the ropes. I think it would be really cool. They have a really cool opportunity. So they have basically turned back the clock. You've got Orton, you've got Cena, you've got Cody Rhodes, you've got The Rock that's participating. You throw Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins and CM Punk in there. You can build stories upon matches for years on just that star power you have right now. So what you do is you take a guy like, and for me, this was the guy. He's not there anymore. But the Rumble for a guy like Ricochet would have been amazing. I have always been a Ricochet supporter. Now, I'm also not an AEW supporter, unfortunately, and I think they're going to fumble him just like WWE did. I fear they're going to do that. But if you would have taken a guy like Ricochet and put him in a Rumble, let him win the Rumble, and then put him with big stars, Cody and CM Punk, and just give him a match or two or a story, a couple month story. The things that Ricochet could have done with these guys was amazing. But you're still selling big name tickets. You're still selling these big tickets for the Rock and CM Punk and Randy Orton. You have Paul or Triple H, whatever you want to call him, has the opportunity to do some of the greatest things that wrestling's ever seen with the roster he's carrying right now. Hands down. That's just my personal belief. He has somehow found a way to jump in the DeLorean, crank that son of a gun up to 88 miles an hour, and bring back the whole roster, which is what made wrestling great back then. The OVW originals, some of them are still there, and they're still killing it. Don't fumble the bag, Paul. Don't fumble it, man. Here's your chance. Slide it in there sideways to the DeLorean, kick that door open, and knock the doors off this freaking business. And I think that's what should happen.
I think that you're right about that. They can build some different matches, and different big time wrestlers can get their push. Again, it's just hard when I've been hopeful year after year that they're going to do something different, then they just throw it to the same people, and it's like, why? Right. Oh, Jesus, I seen that coming. So that's my only gripe with it. And the women's, don't drop the ball and let somebody new win it. Come on. I'm afraid they're gonna pull what they do with the men and start. Oh, well, Charlotte won 2 back. She's won 2. She's the only one that won 2. We know Charlotte's going to get the title shot without it. Come on, give something.
Right.
And they need somebody new for real, because I know Charlotte is going after Tiffany. There's no doubt in my mind for that.
Oh, yeah.
So give somebody for Rhea Ripley, give her somebody who she can help become a star to. Just like Liv. Liv wasn't a star until the heel turn.
Mm-hmm.
And man, you saw how she blew up and carried the division. So again, they have these opportunities. I just hope Paul is mindful of that.
Yeah, and I with the women, I'm kind of tired. I'm with you, Barry. I'm kind of tired of seeing the same ones. Like I feel in the pit of my stomach, it's going to be like a Becky Lynch return, Charlotte Flair return, and taking nothing away from these phenomenal talents. Like for me, and I'll say this on air, and maybe I shouldn't, but I growing up, I wasn't a huge fan of women wrestling. I was a boy, and I just wasn't. It is what it is. But
yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Same way.
And that breaks my heart, because the talent back then was great. Like Trish Stratus and Lita and those ones I grew up with are amazing. But as I've grown in this business, as I became a worker in this business, I've been able to look back and see these people and respect for what they were. And on top of that, one half of the amazing training team that put me in the position I'm in today is Jillian Hall. And what I've always said about Jillian Hall was she was a prisoner of her own time. Jillian was a prisoner of the time when they cared about what you looked like and how big your bust size was.
Exactly.
And don't know about Jillian Hall that didn't get to see her do the things that she was able to do, that she could do in WWE, is Jillian Hall could work her flat out butt off in a ring. Jillian Hall was an amazing wrestler. Still, I think the girl can get in and go right now, but she's my trainer and I'm biased. But what I want to see is that. I want to see a return of that. I want to see a return of people like Jillian who could flat out freaking work, but get the opportunity to do it. And
Exactly.
bringing in Becky and Charlotte, these big names, people are going to blow up, and it's going to be great for ticket sales. But man, like you think about the rise of some of these females, like you said, Liv Morgan was not a nobody, but she was like, oh, she's that good looking girl from, but and then she turned heel, and now you're like, that's Liv freaking Morgan. That's who she is.
Exactly.
They need to do that with somebody else, and they have the ability to do it right now. They have the ability. There's so many talented females on that roster. Tiffany Stratton was out of nowhere. Like, she was doing the NXT thing, but then she hit the main roster, and boom, look where she went to, straight to the top. You can do that. You just got to give the opportunity to.
I think one of the things that is great, like this time, because they got the mid card, now we're going to get to see who in these women's group are going to fight and get into taking a mid card title and going up to the next level. Right off the bat, Chelsea Green, she is going to be a world champion. I predict she'll be a world champion before the end of next year.
I agree.
She's over. She's a great worker. She's carrying that U.S. title great. Man, she will be a superstar.
I agree completely. And what's funny is, like, she's one of those ones that the previous administration, I know the Hall of Fame rule, you're not supposed to say that guy's name. It's on top of the paper. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, previous administration couldn't see what Chelsea was worth. And you just think about it, like what she's doing now. And let's just talk about, like, the fact that she gets to share a household with who I think is what I call, just kind of myself, the independent god, Matt Cardona, who is just killing every independent promotion there is. And if he posts something as an independent wrestler, I read it religiously. I read it right down to the last letter, because that man is killing it. And this is who she gets to talk wrestling with. This is who she gets to talk wrestling with, is the guy that's out there making probably more money as an independent wrestler than he did when he was in WWE as woo woo woo. You know what I'm saying? Like, that guy's out there wrestling. So,
and you know it.
Yeah, I mean, anytime he posts it, he's so good. He's kind of one that I've got as a surprise. Like, I think he'll show up at the Rumble. I think he shows up. I think he's an entrant. So
the only reason why I don't think he's going to show up is because he's going for the TNA title, and the biggest stepping stone is he will not come back as Zack Ryder. He's told them flat out, I will not do Zack Ryder. Now, again, with Triple H, you never know what he has up his sleeve.
Right.
So I would definitely pop to see him in it. And he will be one of the only guys who's been all over all promotions, and to be over like that. So
yeah. And here's the thing: is they just announced this partnership, TNA and WWE did. So like I think it's possible, and I really think that with the leadership they have now with Triple H, like, okay, you don't want to be Zack Ryder, cool. Look what you're doing as Matt. So I'm cool with that, because it's not going to be like. Listen, let's be what it is. If Brock Boulder's music plays, and I'm going down as entrant number 5. I'm pretty over here, but if I go to the Royal Rumble, ain't nobody gonna know who Brock Boulder is,
right?
As an independent. But Matt Cardona, when his music hits, he's been everywhere. Like you said, they're going to know immediately. He could be draped in gold right now. Hell, I think he's carrying 2 titles from my area right now. I swear to God, I think he is, Bear. So I'm just telling you, the dude is over. He's over. Put him out there. And I also say that too, because remember last year, Jordan Grace done that. Jordan Grace went out there and did a hell of a show at the Rumble, and then she put in her time, let her contract run out, and she's going to be a participant. I think she's going to be a big participant in this Rumble, and she's going to be a star in WWE. I got to share a locker room with her a couple years ago in a show, and she was amazing. But she's going to be a star. But so maybe this is the start of Matt's ascension back to where he belongs, because he's amazing as well.
And I got to meet him last year. Very humble. We got to talk, and very cool. Very cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was very cool. I've been in a locker room with him before on a show, and I didn't wrestle him, but we were on the same show, and he was very cool. Just coming up and say, hey, somebody had asked him a question. He just kind of answered 4 or 5 questions of other guys in the locker room on what to do and how to do this and how to do that. And he was amazing. He was awesome to listen to, and some of those things he said I took and ran with. Some of the things I do now as a wrestler traveling. So he's great. He's an amazing guy, really.
Yes, he is. Well, I appreciate you stopping through. Again, anytime you want, you have an invitation, and definitely on the B&B show, you have an invitation. Because we will be doing the watch along this week. So
that's right.
If you want, you chime in with us, and we're gonna have fun. But thank you, brother.
That's what we do,
yes.
Barry. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
All righty. So, guys, we're going to run through this a little quickly because I'm looking at the clock. We're just about out of time, so I'm going to run through it pretty quick. 2008 was John Cena. 2009, Randy. 2010, which I saw live, was Edge. 2011, Alberto Del Rio. 2012, Sheamus. 2013, John Cena. 2014, Batista. 2015, Roman Reigns. 2016, Triple H. 2017, Randy Orton. 2018, this was the first year for the Women's Royal Rumble, and the inaugural winner was Asuka. 2018 from the men's was Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm glad I didn't butcher your name, Shinsuke, because I do love you. 2019 women's winner, Becky Lynch. 2019 winner, Steph Rollins. Hey, how ironic that the married couple both won the same year. 2020, Drew McIntyre. 2020 for the women, Charlotte Flair. 2021, Edge. 2021 for the women's, Bianca Belair. No, I'm going to get to that one, unfortunately. Just let me cook. 2022 was for the ladies were Ronda Rousey, and for the men's was Brock Lesnar. Both of them sucked, shouldn't have been in it, but I digress. 2023 for the ladies were Rhea Ripley, and for the men's, Cody Rhodes. And last year for the men's, Cody again, and Bayley for the women's. So with that being said, y'all have heard why I don't necessarily care for the Royal Rumble like I used to, but it's still exciting. They have their moments, and looking forward to this one to see if I'm right, and they're going to just throw this one of the big names out there, or they give a little guy a chance, or the little woman a chance. And since we talked about the greatest Royal Rumble, Braun Strowman won that, and it was the biggest Royal Rumble anyway. But that was not the best part of that Royal Rumble. The best part of that Royal Rumble was slid under the ring. So Titus O'Neil, you go down in my record book as one of the greatest Royal Rumble ever entrants. So that is definitely a shout out to you. Real quickly, we've been having fun and enjoying ourselves, but we got to get really serious real quick. There was an incident. Guys, won't you throw that up there and we'll get into it real quick.
I'm right here. You get to me. I'm right here. I'm right here. You get to me. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. Well done. Hey, you're welcome back anytime. We are in a wrestling society. Don't get in scene. Come on back. Come on back. Look in. Let the guys go.
So, if y'all didn't see it, my B&B partner.
That's okay. Security. Yeah. We'll be back. Security. Let's work to the back. Right through that
My
curtain,
buddy,
please.
the blade
Let's work to
got
the back. Right to
splat
that curtain.
for no reason. They decide to put their hands on someone that I am very close with. Let me be very clear about this. We at the Wrestling Society, we love to promote wrestling, but don't you think for 1 minute that is going to go unanswered. I hadn't been able to talk to my partner. Blade is just trying to take it all in and figure out some things. But I will promise you 2 things. One, he will be here for the B&B show because that's the type of professional he is. 2, y'all decide to do this when Brady's wife, lovely wife, Victoria, was in the ring. How dare you? How dare you disrespect her? How dare you disrespect Gavin the Blade Hayes? And how dare you disrespect Brady Owens? I promise you, hear me now. I will be coming to Texas and we will get this straightened out. And when I come, I got someone to come with me too. And believe you me, when we get there, it ain't going to be the same. Y'all ain't going to put no hands on nobody. Because I don't know if you can tell, I got a big hand too. I'm not called Bear for no reason. But you know what? I'm not about to let y'all ruin my good day. Because as the old saying goes, baby, payback is a bitch, baby. Yes, it is. So for your professor, I thank you for watching. For all the guys and girls from WSN, thank you. Thank you for supporting us. Continue supporting us and enjoy the great content that's coming your way. And APW, ooh, yeah, brother. It's coming. It's definitely coming. So, for your professor, I thank you. And we'll catch you next time on the Bears Talk. And we out.